In the world of WWE, many wrestlers have left a lasting impression on fans with their unique looks, styles, and personalities. But as time passes, changes in appearance, career paths, or personal choices have made some of those once familiar faces almost unrecognizable. These were performers who appeared on television week after week, yet by 2025, if you happen to see them again, you'd probably never realize they were the same stars you used to know. Let's take a look at the most surprising names on this list. Wrestling sphere, let's go. 1. Dean Ambrose. When talking about WWE's 2012 to 2019 era, many fans immediately think of Dean Ambrose, a vital piece of the legendary faction The Shield. With his messy long hair, rugged appearance, and signature look of a black tank top paired with jeans, Ambrose was portrayed as a rebellious, unpredictable wild card. His street brawler style set him apart from his partners Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, making him the kind of character that, at the mere mention of his name, fans pictured a reckless madman who thrived on chaos. However, after leaving WWE in 2019, Dean Ambrose disappeared, only to be reborn as Jon Moxley in AEW and NJPW. Fans were stunned by the transformation. The long, unkempt hair was gone, replaced by a sharp, cropped cut. His face looked tougher with a thick beard, and the playful swagger had given way to cold intensity and ruthless aggression. Scars and battle marks from countless hardcore matches only reinforced his aura as a true warrior. By 2025, Jon Moxley has become the very symbol of hardcore wrestling in AEW and across the independent scene. His frame is not only leaner but also more muscular, with piercing eyes that seem to cut right through his opponents. Sporting a shaved head and carrying an intimidating presence, Moxley embodies a man who lives in a world where blood, barbed wire, and wounds are simply part of the game. That's why, if a fan still remembers Dean Ambrose as the carefree rebel from The Shield and suddenly comes face to face with Jon Moxley in 2025, the shock would be undeniable. Because today, he isn't just an older version of Ambrose, he feels like a completely different person, a hardcore warrior who has evolved into exactly what his chosen path demands. 2. Rico. Not every former WWE superstar manages to keep their physique and peak health after leaving the company. Rico Constantino is a prime example, as his journey has been marked more by hardships than by positive changes. During his wrestling days, Rico was remembered for his eccentric style, solid build, and impressive strength. But in recent years, that image has completely changed. In an interview with Hannibal TV, Rico revealed that he went through an incredibly tough period, battling several serious health issues. For 3 years straight, he struggled with blood clots, dizziness, post-concussion syndrome, and a series of other conditions that left his body broken down. At one point, his illnesses forced him to spend up to 20 hours a day in bed, relying almost entirely on medication. He even prepared himself for death, as his strength and hope slowly faded away. But a turning point came when an old friend, who hadn't contacted him in years, unexpectedly called. Shocked to hear how far Rico had fallen from the powerful athlete he once was, that conversation gave Rico a new path forward. Encouraged to try a plant-based diet, Rico began changing his lifestyle. He switched to vegetable juices and adjusted his nutrition. Surprisingly, the changes worked. Before long, his weight dropped from 272 pounds to 204, the blood clots in his legs disappeared, and he was able to walk normally again. Now, at 64, Rico looks much leaner than he did in WWE. While his body is no longer as muscular as before, reclaiming his health is already a major victory. And with his determination to keep training, who knows, he might one day recapture the powerful physique that fans will never forget. 3. Al Snow. Al Snow may never have been a top star in WWE, but he left a lasting impression during the Attitude Era, a period many consider the golden age of wrestling. With his creativity and versatility, Al delivered countless memorable moments through his unique character ideas. From carrying around the mannequin head to his hilarious partnership in the team Head Cheese, and even the comedic antics of the Job Squad, he became an essential source of entertainment on WWE programming at the time. Born Alan Sarvin, Snow was recognized not only for his humor but also for his dedication to the business. Though he was never the main event attraction, he was often the trusted utility player the company could rely on. No matter the gimmick or storyline, Snow always displayed professionalism while maintaining a fit, muscular physique that reflected his persistence and discipline. Today, however, Al Snow's appearance is sure to surprise longtime fans. Now in his 60s, his physique has not declined like many of his peers. On the contrary, he boasts a chiseled, muscular frame with defined features, almost unbelievable for someone once remembered for comedic sketches in WWE. Currently, Snow dedicates most of his time to training the next generation at a wrestling academy he runs. Beyond preparing students to pursue professional wrestling careers, he also equips them for life after the ring. One standout feature of his program is officially accredited courses in television production, giving his trainees valuable career skills once their time in the spotlight comes to an end. 4. Big Cass. Like many giants who once stepped out of WWE, Big Cass, real name William Morrissey, had a presence that demanded attention. His towering height and powerful frame were the very reasons Vince McMahon decided to separate him from his partner Enzo Amore and push him as a single star. At that time, many believed Cass was destined to become one of the company's top names. However, his career didn't follow the path WWE had mapped out. Backstage issues and personal struggles eventually led to his release. For many wrestlers, that could have been the end. But Cass refused to stay down. Instead, he resurfaced on the independent scene, slowly rebuilding his reputation. What impressed fans most was his physical transformation. Rather than letting himself go, Cass dedicated himself to intense training, sculpting his body into that of a real-life Hulk, only without any gamma radiation. Still, the road was far from smooth. Cass faced battles with substance abuse and serious mental health challenges. Those dark times nearly cost him both his career and his life. But instead of giving up, he chose to confront his demons and seek help. Through specialized treatment programs and unwavering support from friends, most notably wrestling legend Diamond Dallas Page, he managed to stand tall again and push through the hardest chapter of his journey. By 2025, Big Cass is a completely different man. Not only does he boast a stronger, more defined physique than ever before, but he also stands as living proof that resilience and determination can rebuild a life from the ground up. Today, Cass isn't remembered just as WWE's giant, but as a symbol of one of the most powerful comebacks in wrestling. 5. Adam Rose. When people think of Adam Rose, most instantly recall the lively Rosebuds, entourage, and his signature mascot, the bunny, who often accompanied him to the ring. The character once brought a unique dose of entertainment to WWE, but unfortunately, Adam Rose, real name Raymond Lapon, was unable to maintain momentum after moving from NXT to the main roster. What started as a colorful act quickly faded, leaving him a background figure among WWE's stacked lineup of superstars. What surprises many fans today is how drastically Rose's appearance has changed compared to his old persona. Once known for his long hair, playful vibe, and lean frame, he now looks almost unrecognizable. Rose has packed on nearly 60 pounds of muscle, sports a neat short haircut, and has grown a thick beard, creating a look that feels worlds apart from the flamboyant party leader once seen dancing alongside the Rosebuds. This transformation didn't come from letting himself go, quite the opposite. It's the result of Rose committing to a strict workout and nutrition plan to add serious size. On his personal Instagram, while announcing his retirement plans, he wrote, 258 pounds and still climbing. I've been focused on my diet. This has been a year of building muscle. Lapon has since confirmed that he has officially stepped away from wrestling, only fulfilling a few final contractual appearances before closing his career. As for the next chapter of his life, he has yet to reveal specific plans. Still, one thing is certain, Adam Rose in 2025 is a completely different version of the man fans once knew. A stronger, grittier, and more imposing figure than the vibrant character who once lit up WWE screens. 6. Marc Mero. In the 1990s, the name Marc Mero was synonymous with the colorful, wild man persona. He stood out with his flamboyant style, flashy presence, and of course, his highly publicized relationship with Sable, who went on to become one of WWE's most iconic female stars. At his peak, Mero left a lasting mark thanks to his charisma, striking look, and hard-hitting in-ring style, making him a familiar face to fans of that era. But after stepping away from the ring, Marc Mero underwent a complete transformation. The man who once thrived under the spotlight as the Wild Man took on an entirely new path, becoming a motivational speaker. Gone was the over-the-top performer, replaced by a serious, composed figure whose words carried the weight of lived experience. What shocked many fans was how thoroughly Mero shed the flashy image of his past to embrace a role built on authenticity and purpose. Now in his middle years, Mero is usually seen in a suit and tie when addressing audiences, far removed from the vibrant outfits and exaggerated antics of his wrestling days. He spends most of his time on stage, speaking about resilience, perseverance, positivity, and the lessons he's drawn from his own life. His presentations don't just resonate with casual listeners. They inspire teenagers, young athletes, and even people struggling to find direction. This reinvention makes it hard for many to believe that this is the same Marc Mero who once lit up the wrestling ring. Yet in a way, it reveals another side of the wild man. No longer the showman basking in the spotlight, but a man who uses his past to motivate and uplift others. By 2025, anyone seeing Marc Mero again would likely be stunned, not by the presence of a flashy WWE star, but by the commanding voice of a true motivational speaker. 7. Caitlyn. Celeste Bonin, better known to fans as Caitlyn, may not have spent a long time in WWE, but her run was certainly memorable. She made a lasting impact by capturing the Divas Championship, establishing herself as one of the standout names of that era. However, in 2014, Caitlyn chose to walk away from the company to focus on her marriage and launch her own fashion brand, a bold decision that showed her courage in pursuing a different lifestyle. Even so, her passion for wrestling never truly left her. After some time away, she returned to the ring on the independent circuit, proving that she still had the drive and toughness to continue the path she once left behind. In 2018, Caitlyn made a surprising comeback in the Mae Young Classic, NXT's prestigious women's tournament, where she showed that her talent and charisma were still intact. Just a year later, she delighted fans once again when she appeared at the Raw reunion in 2019, sparking nostalgia for her glory days. What surprises many is how much her appearance has changed since her WWE run. Back then, she was known for her athletic blonde look and energetic presence. Now, she sports long dark hair that gives her a more mature, edgy vibe. Her body is also covered in striking tattoos, giving Caitlyn a bold, powerful look that's worlds apart from her WWE image. But she didn't stop at making a return. She solidified her place once again by recently winning the Slam Force Women's Championship, proving that her fighting spirit and hunger to succeed are still burning strong. Caitlyn in 2025 is no longer just the former Divas champion. She has become a symbol of reinvention, growth, and relentless forward momentum. 8. Vladimir Kozlov. In his early WWE run, Vladimir Kozlov was presented as a dominant force, built around a hard-hitting, powerhouse style. Yet despite the strong push at the start, his career never reached the heights many expected. After missing out on a few major opportunities, Kozlov gradually slid into a supporting role, ultimately ending his time in the company as Santino Marella's comedic sidekick, a complete contrast to his original portrayal as a destructive machine. Born Oleg Prudias, the Ukrainian former wrestler has since closed the chapter on his in-ring career, but he hasn't disappeared from the spotlight. Instead of continuing in wrestling, Kozlov transitioned into television and film, often taking on villainous roles. With his sharp features, cold demeanor, and distinctive build, he became a natural fit for tough, intimidating characters. Many viewers may have seen him on screen without realizing it was the same man who once stood in a WWE ring, as his current look is vastly different from his wrestling days. Today, Kozlov's physique has changed significantly. Rather than the bulky, rugged frame of the past, he now maintains a leaner, more defined build. This transformation has left longtime fans stunned, as it's hard to reconcile his present-day appearance with the giant warrior who once entered WWE with hopes of becoming a top star. One can't help but wonder, had Kozlov carried this modern look and conditioning during his WWE tenure, his career might have taken a different path. With a physique that aligns perfectly with Vince McMahon's vision of a champion, perhaps he could have reached the pinnacle and claimed the company's most prestigious title. 9. Stevie Richards. Stevie Richards, born Michael Manna, was once known to fans for his many roles in ECW and WWE. After closing the chapter on his in-ring career, Richards didn't disappear from the spotlight. Instead, he chose a completely different path, becoming a personal trainer. What set him apart was not only that he built the best physique of his life after wrestling, but also that he dedicated himself to helping others achieve their health and fitness goals. Unlike parody fitness gurus once seen on screen, like Buddy Rose, Body Donaskip, or Simon Dean, Richards truly stepped out of the ring and turned his passion for training into a real profession. In a 2017 interview, he explained his coaching philosophy: "Everyone starts as a beginner. My job is to give you the tools you need. Ultimately, I want you to get to the point where you'll never need a trainer again. You should be confident and capable enough to take care of yourself. What makes Richards unique is his personal experience. After years of dealing with countless injuries, he understands the fears and limitations many people face when working out. He often emphasized, "I'm a master of adjustments, because my entire life I've had to modify exercises to work around injuries." That's why his clients receive guidance from someone who genuinely relates to their struggles. Richards also recognizes the time pressures of modern life. The workouts he designs and shares online are simple, safe, and effective, perfect for people with busy schedules. As he often says, "It might sound like magic, but it isn't. There are only two ingredients: consistency and more consistency." Even after facing serious health issues, including undergoing throat surgery, Richards proved that determination can carry a person through adversity. In 2025, Stevie Richards is no longer just remembered as an ECW wrestler, but as living proof of the power of change and resilience. 10. Snitzky. It's been a long time since fans last saw Gene Snitzky in WWE, remembered as the eccentric giant, forever tied to the shocking moment when he punted a baby doll and flashed his grotesque gold teeth. Though his character never reached the level of a main event star, Snitzky left a strong impression thanks to his bizarre appearance and strange, unsettling mannerisms. After leaving WWE, Snitzky didn't vanish completely. He found a new path by using his unique look to break into film and television. His intimidating frame, rugged face, and towering build made him a natural choice for villainous roles. Currently, Snitzky is featured in the movie Everybody Is Going to Die at 10 Acres High and has also appeared in several smaller projects, most of them in the horror genre. What surprises fans most is his dramatic physical transformation. No longer carrying the bulky, awkward physique of his wrestling days, Snitzky has reshaped himself into a leaner, sharper, and more defined version. This change not only improved his appearance but also made him more versatile and fitting for a wider range of acting roles. Adding to that, his long, thick beard amplifies his menacing aura, making him appear even scarier than he did in WWE. This has become something of a trademark, helping him land horror roles where a single glare from him is enough to send shivers down the audience's spine. In 2025, Snitzky may be long gone from the ring, but he remains captivating in a completely different way. No longer the wrestler known for controversial antics, he now stands as proof that a distinctive look, when used wisely, can open the door to an entirely new career beyond WWE. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of Wrestling Sphere's upcoming content.